everybody, this is Hannah Heath with Constant Collectible. I am here with
Susannah Metzler.
And we just got out from seeing the anime called Your Name. It was released in Japan in 2016, but they just gave it, it just came out here in America with English dub. And so we just saw that. And I really liked it. What did you think?
I loved it. I think it's been the second anime I've seen. So I've seen Your Lie in April and then this. So I'm relatively new to anime, but it was amazing. I really loved the animation style and the soundtrack and the characters and the plot and everything about it was so good. I don't know if I can come up with any negatives actually. Maybe I'll come up with some later on. But right now I'm just like, it was amazing.
I know. So let's kind of explain the plot. So it's basically, it's a body swapping story. So there's this girl in a small town who body swaps with a boy in Tokyo. And so that's what you think the movie's about, is you just think, oh, it's this body swap and it kind of has a romance element. So you think, oh, it's just like some weird body swap romance. But then the further you get into it, it kind of ends up having time travel and like a suspense element to it. You described it as Inception-y, I guess?
Yeah, it was not a lot like Inception, but like the complexity was similar because it was about time travel, I guess. Like she was 3 years. Like, see, it's so complex. I can't explain it.
It's confusing. So she was 3 years in the past.
Yes.
And he didn't know that. And then it turns out that she lived in a town that ends up being destroyed and hundreds of people being killed from this meteor that struck. Yeah. And so the story is them realizing that and realizing that she dies in the past, basically, and so trying to kind of fix that and make sure that doesn't happen.
Because he realizes, like, in the middle of the movie, he realizes he hasn't been, like, swapping bodies, and so he's like, what's going on? Then he realizes there was that meteor thing, comet that destroyed their town. He's like, oh, she's dead. That's why I haven't, like, been in her body or whatever. And so he realizes, doing all this research and going to the town, he realizes that was in the past. Like, he sees the town being destroyed, and so he does something to, like, get back in that time before the comet. I forget how.
Right. Yeah, it had some weird, like, religious.
Right. He went to, like, some shrine. Yeah. Like some. It had to do with their religion and like a time strands or whatever.
Yeah, it had this. Yeah, I don't, it's hard to explain, but yeah, there was some kind of there was something about her family that had some kind of special gift from the gods, I think, was it? And so it gave them the ability to time swap with the objective of saving the town from being destroyed. Was what I got from it, but. Yeah, so it was really good because you get into the movie and it just keeps adding layers of, oh, it's time travel. Oh, her town ends up being destroyed, and so it just keeps adding on these extra layers of suspense. And that, along with the fact, this freaked Susannah and I out, that they couldn't remember each other's names or really anything about each other. So there was the chance that they weren't going to be able to meet up because they end up falling in love. And so there was a chance that they weren't going to be able to find each other again. And so the whole movie we were like stressed out because they kept passing each other on streets and not recognizing each other, and they didn't know each other's names. So they'd walk by and we'd just be like, no, that was him! That was him! And so...
Yeah, I know, at one point we looked at each other and we're like, what is wrong with them? But at the end, I don't think this would count as spoilers, right? To say it ended.
Yeah, it ended well.
Yeah, it ended well. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
The way we liked it too. But, and yet, it's so sad. I'm still getting over how sad it was because the bomb did hit. And we saw it destroying the whole town. Even though you realize that there were survivors afterward, it was like, I don't know. It was very sad.
There were a lot of feels. I felt like it played with my emotions a lot. So there was a lot of like, oh yeah, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, no, wait. So, yeah, that was good. And like you said, the animation was really good. I was impressed by that. And we were concerned that it dub, because that can sometimes be weird, but I didn't mind. Did you?
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it kind of sounded a little not as authentic, I guess.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad. I would have preferred hearing the actual Japanese and seeing English subtitles.
Right.
But I'd never seen an English dubbed movie, so it was the first experience, and it was okay.
Yeah, it was good. And there was something else. Oh, film score. What did you think of the film score?
I actually really liked it. I've never seen any movie or video with rock as the film score, and it was a Japanese band, right?
Yeah, it was a Japanese rock band called Rad Wimps, which sounds weird, and I kind of was confused that that's who it was, but they did a really good job.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
It was a very contemporary soundtrack, because there was other electronic pieces in the music that went along with that.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of confused, because it's English dubbed, and yet there's a Japanese band doing the soundtrack, and they were singing in English. So
right.
I'm not exactly sure how that'll.
I have no idea either.
It's probably just, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Good music.
Yeah. So what would you rate this? Using the constant collectible rating of mint being the highest and poor being the lowest.
Okay. Mint for sure.
All
for
right.
everything.
Okay. Good. I would actually give it a really high good, simply because the first half of the movie was a little bit slow, because you didn't know the whole time element to it. But now that I know that, if I went back and watched it, I wouldn't mind. But the first half, I was kind of like,
I actually kind of liked how they did that, because it put some kind of mystery into it, because it started at the way it ended.
Right. I know, and I was sitting there like,
we get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was cool. There's a light novel of this movie, and it's going to be released May 3rd. I mean, obviously it's been released already, but it's going to be released in English May 3rd. And the manga is going to be released sometime in June, I believe. So would you go see it, or go read this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So yeah, I think this is probably a new favorite anime of mine. You mentioned this could be a new fandom for you.
It is a new fandom.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I really like it. The more I think about it, the more I like it. So it's showing in select theaters, which is why Susannah and I had to drive 20 minutes out from our usual theater to go see this movie, because it's not showing in some theaters. But we encourage you, go find a theater near you that's showing this and go see it, because it is actually very good.
You won't regret it.
No, you will not. It's good. So yeah, I think that's it. Or did you have anything to add?
No. Thanks for watching or listening or
Yeah, and leave a comment below and tell us if you've seen it, if you're going to see it, and leave the title of another anime film or TV series that you really enjoy, and we will try and go see it. Yeah, so this has been Constant Collectible with Hannah and Susannah.